Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. We are celebrating today with a nice 60-minute yin yoga full body practice. That is a mouthful, you guys. But we're celebrating the fact that I reached 5,000 subscribers last week. And so I just want to thank you so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. And if you've been following me since day one or day 100, I love you guys so much and I appreciate you greatly. So thank you so much for getting me to this point. With that being said, you guys, we're going to do some yoga for sure. If you do have a strap or a belt or something that can make your arms a little bit longer, grab that. Also a pillow or block, something that you can lay on. Grab those things. You're just going to need a little bit of space to move. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, why not do it now? Let's get started, you guys. So let's begin laying down today. And if you did happen to grab a pillow block of some kind that you can lay on, grab that. You can place it underneath your upper back to get a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a chest opener. I'm going to lay it on my bolster. It's a long, narrow pillow. It's a little firmer. But I want you to be able to have your head touching the mat or a second pillow of some kind. You can bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees come out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can just lay flat, legs out long. Again, however you would like to start the practice. I want you nice and comfy. One thing I forgot to mention in my little spiel at the beginning of class, I'm going to try to give minimal cues today. So sometimes I get a little chatty and I'm going to try my best just to let you guys really tune into each pose that we come into. I'll give you options for sure. But once I've given you those options, we're going to stay kind of in silence for a little bit of time. Or maybe you like to turn on some gentle music while you practice. We just kind of wiggle around a little bit until you can find your center. You're feeling nice and grounded. You're able to close your eyes and just start to feel the breath. And just taking this time to put any thoughts that are on your mind off to the side. Maybe just scanning the body. How are your legs feeling today? Your hips? Your low back? Even through the chest and the throat. Maybe bringing a little bit of space between your teeth. To relax your jaw. And one last thing I just want to mention before we really get into this practice is I always encourage my students to close your eyes during a yin practice as much as you can. Just allow yourself to not get distracted by anything going on around you. Give yourself the opportunity just to feel all the stretches and poses that we're going to do today. And just relax as much as you're able to. Almost like you want to fall asleep in each position, but still feeling some love, some sensations throughout the body at the same time. And taking just a few more moments here. If you are laying on something, it might feel good to reach your arms above your head. Kind of stretching through the upper body, but then relaxing your hands on the floor above your head. And if you did bring your arms above your head, just take one more inhale. And use an exhale to slide your hands back to your sides. And everybody take one more breath in and out. We're just gonna start to bring our knees together, planting your feet on the mat. And if you are laying on something, just come up a little so that you can slide that thing out from under you, off to the side, and then lay all the way back down onto your back, bringing the length into the spine. Maybe walking the feet in just slightly to connect your low back to the mat. And if you did want to rock the knees side to side a little to just kind of massage that low back, go for it. Okay, one last thing I want to mention. We're doing all my favorite poses today, so I hope that you enjoy this class as much as I think you might. Nice job, you guys. Okay, so we're going to pull our right knee in towards our chest. Give your right knee the biggest hug that you can. Put some effort into it. Squeeze that knee towards your tummy, towards your chest. Maybe you can feel some love through that hip flexor. Option to straighten that left leg out now. Just relax your ankles. Relax your toes. Just using some strength through your arms to hug that knee nice and tight towards the chest. Nice, Ricky, guys. Keep hugging that knee and take another inhale. And exhale, squeeze that knee a little tighter. This is really good for digestion. And then if that left leg is bent, straighten it now. We're going to twist. So just gently pull your knee across your body. Keep that right shoulder nice and heavy so you could reach your arm out to the side. Let the hips kind of rotate. If you're able to stack that right hip on top of the left, really twisting, go for it. But keep that right shoulder down. So only go as far as you can with that leg, but still keeping that right shoulder planted. Let's take another 3 or so breaths on this side. And then we'll use an inhale to bring that leg back up, coming out of that twist. Just hug your knee towards your chest one more time. And exhale. Let that right foot find the mat and start to walk the left foot back in. Just taking a moment here before we switch. See if you can connect your low back to the mat. And then simply start to bring the left knee towards the chest when you're ready. Nice big hug. Option to straighten the right leg now or wait. And just notice if this side feels a little different than the other side. Finding some stillness for a moment. And let's take that last big inhale. Exhale, squeeze that knee. And then when you're ready, we'll twist. So straighten that right leg so it doesn't stop you from bringing that knee over. And that left hip can lift, but keep that left shoulder down. Let's take those last 3 or so breaths. And using an inhale to lift that knee back up. Just hug it in towards your chest one more time. And then you can let it go. Walking both your feet in next to one another. Connecting that low back to the mat. Beautiful things can happen when we are able to just tune everything from the outside out. Nice job, you guys. We're just going to come onto our hands and knees. So you can rock up or roll to one side. And lifting yourself up onto your hands and knees as gracefully and as slowly as you're able. So we're going to be on our hands and knees and start to get into our shoulders a little bit here. So walking your hands out in front for puppy dog. Reach, reach, reach. Keep those hips nice and high. Start to lower your forehead between your arms. Once your forehead touches, try to drop your chest. And if your chest does touch, you could rest your chin. Gazing forwards, but then closing your eyes. I'm just going to stay a little while longer in this puppy dog. Oh, it's a really amazing shoulder opener. Really the entire upper body. So if you need to take a little break or make any adjustments, listen to your body. Find out what you need. And if you're able to just surrender, let your heart keep lowering down towards the ground. Nice work, you guys, with one more breath here. And use an inhale can gently lift your chest. I'm just going to walk my knees a little closer. And we're going to come into child's pose. So you could have your knees out wide or your knees together, resting the forehead. And I'm just going to bring my arms to my sides and let my palms face up. Kind of a counter position for the shoulders. And using an inhale, let the forehead and the chest start to lift. Sitting on the heels for a moment. And then we're going to be bringing our right leg forwards and setting up for pigeon. If you prefer to be on your back for pigeon, you can do your thread the needle, turn over onto your back, cross your right foot over top of your left quad. And if you're coming with me, bring that right leg forwards. I'm also going to grab my pillow just to rest my upper body on. Feel free to do the same. And then you can just start to melt it down. Feeling all that love throughout the legs. And I find with pigeon, it can be one of the poses that's really challenging to just stay present, to stay mindful of the breath. The mind likes to wander all over, and the body also tenses up a little bit. But when we just are able to find that moment of openness, or that release, it can feel pretty darn good. And sometimes you can just kind of get lost in the calmness, and the sensations. And the beauty of yoga is we all get to control our own bodies. So if you need to take a break, if you need to go further, do what you need to do. to find that calmness, that moment of peace. Taking another few breaths on this side. And nice and slow. Whenever you're ready, you can start to lift on up. So those of you that are on your back, feel free to stay. If you're not, there's a couple ways you can transition. Maybe you want to go into a down dog or a child's pose. Maybe you just want to sit on your heels. And whenever you're ready to switch sides, take your time getting into it. We are spending a few moments in each pose today, so always take your time. The left leg coming forwards this time, and if you're on your back, cross your left foot over top of that right leg. And just letting the chest melt down at any moment. And just know that it might take a few breaths to settle in. The body usually relaxes over time. All you have to do is just find your breath. Relax your shoulders. Awesome. Work you guys just a few more moments. Let the chest be heavy. And whenever your body tells you, you can start to slowly move out of this lovely, lovely pose. So again, transition slowly. Child's pose, down dog. Sit on your heels. Just find a place where you can just notice all those sensations running through the legs. And then to your upper body. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, let's lay on our stomachs next. So if you are still on your back, turn on over. Laying on your stomach. Let's do one more for the shoulders. So that left arm's gonna come out to the side, nice and straight, palm facing down. Left cheek to the mat, and then we're just gonna start to roll, or you can stay on your tummy, or you can start to lift the right shoulder, the right hip. You can just lay on your side, or you can keep trying to bring that right hip to the floor behind you. Maybe bending the knees or planting the feet. And that right hand can stay in front, or it can reach for your low back. Or maybe you're able to interlace your fingers together. Feeling this all through that left arm and shoulder, chest. And just one more inhale. And then exhale. Gently turn yourself back over. Just sliding that left arm in next to you, and your palm can face up. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Let that left shoulder be nice and heavy. And then we're just going to switch sides. So that right arm can come out this time. Again, it's nice and straight in line with your shoulder. Right cheek is coming down, and then if you're rolling, you can start to roll. Just turning that body of yours as far as you need to feel something. You might even feel this through the back. There's a whole lot of places that you can get the love. Let's take that last inhale. And gently turning back. And just bringing both of your arms to your sides. Palms facing up. Rest a cheek. And let your shoulders be heavy. Lovely, you guys. We're just going to come onto the forearms. Tuck your elbows right under your shoulders, palms facing down, Sphinx. Growing a little taller through the upper body as you drop your shoulders from your ears. Letting your hips, your belly button be heavy on your mat. Feeling this through your back body. We're only going to do this once, so a few breaths here. If you want more, you can come into seal. You can bring your hands out to the corners of your mat and then lift your forearms. The belly button might lift, but I still want you to think about letting it be heavy. Drop the shoulders. Find your breath. And let's take another inhale. And exhale. Let your chest come back down. Rest your forehead or cheek. And then we're going to be rolling over onto our backs. So whenever you're ready, grab your strap on your way. Oh, lay on down. Hamstrings, calf. Right foot is going to lift. Put your strap, whatever you're using, on your foot. If you don't have anything to work with, just hang on to the back of your leg. And sending that right foot up into the air. The option to straighten the left leg. And just feel the back of that leg lengthen. And just take another few breaths here. And then starting to just bend your knee, lower your foot so you can take your strap off. Lock your feet in, connect your low back to the mat. And then starting to lift the left foot into the air. Place your strap just below your toes. Sending that foot straight up. Maybe straightening the right leg. Remembering you can make any adjustments at any time. And as you become ready to start to release, bending that knee, lowering your feet, moving your strap off to the side, walk your feet in, connect your low back to your mat. Nice work, you guys. And start to walk your feet or extend your legs out long. We're just gonna clasp our hands behind our head and bring the chin towards the collarbone. And if your feet are together right now, just start to spread them apart, nice and wide. And take another inhale with the head lifted. And as you exhale, gently place your head back down. Try to create or keep that length that you created throughout the back of the neck. Resting your head. And just yawn. Starting to set up for Shavasana. You got some props around you that are touching you. Just move them away. So you're not touching anything but the ground and your mat. And let's just start to find stillness throughout the entire body right now. Just feel the breath. Feel the stillness, the calmness, the peace. Keeping your entire body nice and still. Take a big breath through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. And just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe letting your chin just rock from one side and to the other. When it feels right for you, you can take a nice big stretch, reaching your arms above your head, point your toes. And locking the feet in, roll over to one side. Just use your arm as a pillow. And then whenever you'd like to come on up to a nice comfy seat, you can, or you can stay laying down. But if you are sitting, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Close your eyes one last time. Such a much needed, beautiful practice, you guys. As always, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for joining me. I have so much love for all of you. And this thing called yoga that brings us together. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.